put your head down like you disappointed in me. JB gonna put his head down like he's so disappointed in me being a little bit delayed. Hey y'all, I was eating as usual.
She was the one who told me to go ahead and do the countdown and everything.
Cause y'all, I bought some. He's gonna judge me. I had some Pizza Hut stuffed crust. I ain't had that in a really, really long time. It kind of slapped. I got little meat lovers and everything. It was good. I got a slice here. I'm not looking at it. When JB's
it's
talking,
the self-hate for me.
Wow, when JB's talking about,
I'm gonna make sure I talk and pause every couple of words, just so you have that weird awkward moment where you're like, "Well, let me hear you and get back in this."
Don't bite my inside of my cheek. You know how when you be chewing too hard and you bite the inside of your cheek? Oh, that's so painful. Mm-hmm.
I haven't done that in a very long time, so I can't quite relate. But sure. How are you?
I'm okay, cause I don't give up.
Oh, I thought you were gonna do it.
You supposed to go. You supposed to say fuck, even if you think I should be. Mm-hmm. Y'all never seen that reel on Instagram and TikTok with the pink TV from the 80s?
I've seen it.
But they've really morphed a Prince song, like how they morphed "Lovely Day." Yeah, I hate that.
It's because we're creative, and
I'll go for that.
We live for creating magical moments on social media.
Creating magical. We are social media. What you mean creating? We are social media. But carry on. Oh, how are you? Oh. It really said boom. Did you hear it?
That noise was me
hitting the mic.
That was me hitting her.
But I really said, oh, like I really got tapped.
But I am good. I had big fun last week in Denver, Colorado with some friends. It was nice being around friends. Enjoyed myself. I think that it was a great reminder for us, and hopefully it is for a lot of other people, is that it's great to have your friends, and it's great for them to be around and spending time with them, especially after COVID, because, so many of us hadn't seen each other in so long that it was just like, it was refreshing to be around people that, care for you in the same way that you care about them. So it was
little
fun.
Uglies. I'm happy y'all have what?
Yeah, how many of us was it? 1, 2.
There's nothing like having your friends.
I think it was 6 of us in total.
Damn. That's
and that's the weird thing about Brian. That's the weird thing about Brian's friends. Not weird, but it's like when we all hang
it's
out,
y'all friends.
Like it's friends.
Y'all one band, one sound. You're friends too.
Well, yeah, but it's different now. Like it's not different now, but what I was trying to say was his group. Like when they plan a trip, they all go. Whereas you don't hear that a lot with people. Like you'll say something about the trip.
You don't hear that a lot with Black people. It start off with 30 of us, a week before 15, and the day you go to.
Yeah, so it's nice to know that when he first threw out the idea of going to Colorado, like some people went ahead and bought their flights like right then, and it's like that's good because there are a lot of people who don't have friends or consistent people around them that will do something like that. Like the moment, like let's go somewhere, everybody's like, "Oh, cool, let me know the date," and I'm there.
Right. Like I'm in there
because we'd be hearing so many horror stories about friends going on trips and people falling out or not going, not showing up. So it's
primarily not showing up.
Nice. Mm-hmm. So it was fun. Had a really good time. Went to a concert that included Lil Jon, Big Boy, Talib Kweli, and this random girl named Rachel Bailey. Rachel Bailey had to have been from North Carolina.
Why she had to be from
She
North
went
Carolina?
up there and she did not sound good. She did not sound good at all. And we were over there bugging out. And why she stopped her whole net song to say something about how she knows she got some haters out there. And we over there like, it's us. We're the haters. Because
she's talking about y'all.
I felt like it really was about us. But she really was not good. She was not good at all.
Say, I know I got some. My good sis said, I know I got some haters.
That's what she said, and we all like, you do, not in the way that you thinking. And she said, well, since I know I got some haters out there, you know what I tell them? To stay mad. So stay mad was our line throughout the rest of the trip.
Wow.
Just random, you know what? You can just stay mad. And we just bust out laughing because Rachel Bailey inspired us. I want her to change her last name. I don't want her to be confused that she's with Chloe and Halle because I love them both.
Oh,
I don't like her.
Oh.
But it was fun. It was a really good time. So I don't know if Denver is a place that I would frequent often unless we turn this particular trip into like a yearly trip. Because there ain't too many black people there. All they have is weed, legalized weed. Walking up the sidewalk, someone said, "Hey, we're trying to get a petition to get people to sign and say that we should legalize shrooms." I'm like, wait, you just jumped way out there. How you go from weed to shrooms? Like, isn't there a middle ground somewhere?
Nope.
Is there a space we can fall into between the two somewhere? So I was just like,
you said set on the dotted line.
Because I'm just sitting over here like, okay, there's nothing against shrooms. I have never done them, but I'm just thinking that have to be a lot more government influence over something legalized like that, because you really would have to control dosage very well. Whereas in, people just get high and then they get higher.
Yes.
Like, there's really some stages with shrooms where things can get a little crazy if you take more than you need to for the person. So I'm like, I ain't saying you shouldn't, but y'all gonna hate the regulations around that. So, but yes, that's all for Denver. I enjoyed it though. I hate it coming back. Because I had to work.
Dope ass Dallas, not. Oh, I was gonna say you
can go back to the. Nobody's trying to go. When you go back to the PlayStation. My last day of actual work was Tuesday, so I was technically off Wednesday until now.
Yeah, ain't nobody trying to go back to the plantation chat
at all. And then people already asking for stuff. I was like, oh my god.
What's today? Monday?
Yes.
Oh yeah, this is basic as fuck.
Right. So, but it was fun time. So, but yeah. With that said, I guess we can go ahead and move into the show. So,
yeah, I mean, I guess.
Rude quote of the week. What do you have for us this week?
You ain't even say nothing about signing up for us or following us or none of that.
I ain't done that in the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, you really haven't. All right, y'all. Never apologize for trusting your intuition. Your brain gonna play tricks on you. Your heart gonna be blind, but that gut gonna always be right. Ask JB. This weekend, some man tried to move in with me. And today, I forgot to tell you.
You're supposed to be telling us this story later on.
Oh, I'm supposed to tell you. I gotta also tell you about this man in the subway station too that was smoking weed, right? But he was mentally unwell. He was smoking weed, and he kept yelling out, "Who's smoking on the fucking platform, idiot?" But it was him. I immediately moved. I was out. Because I'm like, who is smoking? And it was like, I mean, it wasn't bad. It didn't even smell like Poof or Reggie. It was like, oh, sir, you can really, okay then. You look okay then. He really kept, really was outraged about who was smoking weed, and it was him. Child, when I say I moved expeditiously, T.I. voice, I hauled ass down that platform like, oh no, I'm not fooling with this man. Because
not today.
That's a different level of mental illness. And now I'm trying to figure out who sold him weed. Or is it laced?
You never know.
That's a little sidebar. My bad, y'all. But yeah, go with your gut. My gut said run. I ran. I'll save the other story for later.
Because I can't wait. I can't wait to hear it in all of its glory.
Is it glorious, though?
I think it is. I think it's glorious. But, okay, well, let's go ahead into Black Magic. Who do we have for Black Magic this week?
Guess who we got for Black Magic this week? We got Jeremiah. Hold on, I'm about to tell you about him. Okay,
I'm about to say, you talking about the singer?
No.
Or is he Jeremiah?
I meant to tell you, you just really, he been real ghetto lately, ain't he, y'all? Kayla, has he been ghetto for you too?
I'm trying.
Like he did. Or I'm sorry.
I'm glad you noticed.
Okay, so this little Florida teen made history as the first Black male salutatorian at his high school, and it's always been a little goal of his. So Jeremiah Daniels, the I think fourth. Yeah.
Y'all, that Roman numeral just got her together.
Almost took me out. And I used to know Roman numerals good because my mom had a Roman numeral clock. Child almost got me. But Jeremiah Daniels, I said fourth, as you were saying it. A senior at Boca Ciega High School, Gulfport, Florida. He made history because he was the first Black male salutatorian. And it was a goal he set at the beginning of his high school career. Told his dad 4 years ago. I said salutatorian, didn't I?
What is a salutatorian? A salutatorian?
Oh, salutatorian. Because I skipped. Y'all, I skipped a whole tea. Oh, not me. Y'all, in my defense, I did just work 8 hours and my ass mad lazy.
Jeremiah Daniels will be sitting over here like, oh, girl.
Oh, he's for salutatorian. Y'all, I'm so sorry. And Jeremiah, if you ever happen to listen to us, honey, I'm sorry too, but congratulations on your achievement. But anyway, He told his dad 4 years ago that's what he wanted to do, and then he could achieve it in the end, and he would have to get it. He had straight A's since 3rd grade, his mom said. So he excelled academically, so she's not even surprised. Academically inclined, State taught us how to get on the laptop, get on the computer, go programs. He said his teachers were there, his mom, they all helped him make history. And he's going to college at Florida State University. Oh boy, majoring in computer engineering, because yes, we need more blacks in tech. We love to hear it. He hopes his story can inspire others his age to set goals and never give up. And don't let obstacles stop you in your way, and just continue to grow and push through, is what he said. And that's what old boy did. So congrats. I'm proud of him. Now it's bots all in the comments. Oh, salutatorian. Y'all, I cannot believe it. I mean, butchered it. And I'm looking at JB like he always being smart. He's right this time.
Mm-mm. You originally said salutatorian, and I was like,
Did I say sal? I sure did. I did. And I'm thinking, what the hell is salutatorian? Y'all, and I have a master. I need to do better. Y'all know I could read them.
We're going to blame it on the fact that it's a Monday. We
okay, baby.
Record on a Monday.
Hello? I done worked 8 hours.
Working.
I done had a hell commute coming home. I mean, not coming home, going to work. That burned me out for the whole day. I ain't going to hold you. It just kind of left me in like defeated mode. Like, I'll tell you about that later.
I'm sure you guys can tell this is going to be a good one. So, we're loose. Shawty, get loose. I just quoted a little. So, let's go ahead into Rude Talk.
You really a jackass because you knew I was eating.
I didn't. I was actually. I had to tab on the document, and I flipped it back, and I see you over here like let me.
Y'all, I'm thinking JB was going to talk like how he normally talk. Okay, so question: have you ever been outside? I mean, you going hard, like hard body, so tired that you done fell asleep on location?
No, I cannot relate there.
Okay, so unfortunately, it has happened to me at my big age.
Oh no, I have a picture of you. Remember that day where your sister's husband was in town? We went to the Brian's event.
As usual, telling all our personal business to these people. I mean, y'all are family.
You just admitted that you had it. I ain't going into detail.
What happens in this house stays in this house. So it happened to me again fairly recently.
Oh no.
Okay, in my defense, I really did think I had caught my lift, but I was a little lit. I was like, oh, it's time to call a lift. It's time to go. I got a little bit too carried away. It's been a really long time since I had been, and I was kind of self-medicating, which I shouldn't have been doing, but that's neither here nor there. I didn't heal from it now. It is what it is. God is pushing me through. Good friends like JB pushing me through. Rico's, the usual gang who uplifts me when I'm depressed and sad. So I self-medicating, and I self-medicated a little bit too much. I got a little too... Y'all, he's putting on this drawstring ponytail. With the clip.
Yeah, I had to.
We need to do a visual episode.
Let me pull it.
Yeah, he pulled the string tight. But yeah, this happened to Fab. Fab, like a girl ran up in the club. It was extra space, and she fell asleep on his shoulder. He let her sit there, but sis was gone, and I felt her because I'm like, what happened to me? I was so hurt. Like I was hurt about just a lot of stuff, y'all. I'm sitting here thinking I done called the Uber or Lyft because when you tipsy, sometimes your phone be fumbling. Child, old girl ain't caught nothing. I'm sitting here. Happens one of my homegirls was like, hey, come on, we gonna go. But she was real nice to me. She's like, hey, it's time to go. Like, we have to leave. And I'm like, thank you.
Wait, hold on. I'm looking at this video. Fabulous fixed his teeth. Did he fix his girls too?
I figure he been fixed teeth, but Emily's teeth wasn't messed up.
No, it was after he knocked them out. But I remember, he had the chipped tooth or something at one point, didn't he?
He did have a chipped tooth at one point. I think it was a while ago. I think he been got his teeth fixed.
Yeah, but I was just looking at his mouth. It looked like chiclets. They had like unnaturally white and everything. But I'm
about to Google when did Fab fix his teeth. I like the chipped tooth though. And a character.
Seeing his teeth like that, hopefully he ain't putting hers in jeopardy no more.
I want you to stop. Oh, it's 40K. Child, TMZ and they fucking headlines. I gotta stop. Sorry. It said he dropped 40,000
on his mouth.
Yeah, that's a lot of money.
Well, it sounded like he had gingivitis.
I don't
and
know
a
if he did,
slew of
because I
other
was thinking
things.
like they offered me to get veneers, and it was only like a few thousand. It wasn't. It wasn't even. It was under 10.
That's what I'm saying. His don't look right. They don't look natural.
You said they don't look natural.
Like
These are
they're
check.
unnaturally white color, and then like his gums don't look like even. I don't know. I
TMZ's
just need.
headline was awful.
I mean, but we talking about TMZ here.
Oh no, that's a cost under calibration. I needed that. Wrong thing. TMZ. Hold on.
I know she's so embarrassed.
Who, me?
The girl.
That girl? Oh, absolutely. It was on his page. Oh no, he took a picture. No, he didn't take a picture.
No, it's a whole video. That's
Yeah,
why I was
it
looking
is.
at his teeth. His teeth look like dentures.
I think they look good. I'm looking at another picture.
Wait to
of
the
him
end
now.
when he talking. Wait to the very end when he talking. His teeth don't. They look like dentures. The way his gums look and everything. Like these. Who? I'm just looking at him. Go back and forth. Wait till he finished talking, and he starts smiling real hard because he can tell too. You see his finger. He keep covering up the top of his mouth.
Do he? I thought he was covering up so he wouldn't like have like liquor breath on her.
Look at them gums.
Look at TMZ's thing.
That's the same. That ain't it.
Anyway, so you ain't ever been so lit that you had to fell asleep on location. I've unfortunately had the experience.
I get drunk and
oh, we know. I've been there.
You know, I do lots of other stuff, but I've never passed out at a place. I've passed out in the car going home, but never like at an actual location.
He looked like he's so shocked.
I mean, I appreciate him being cool about it. Because he really didn't like. There's some people that would have really like acted really crazy from that.
I think his teeth look so nice.
No, yeah, they're not. For him to have spent supposedly that much money on them, they shouldn't look like that.
Nuh-uh, his mouth was always like that. Even when it was when he had a chipped tooth.
What are you talking about?
You said his mouth. You said his gums and stuff. It was always like that.
No, I mean no. It looks like a separate. Like I'm talking about the gum around his teeth, not the up here. Gum around his teeth isn't there. It just doesn't look even like a normal mouth would. But not rotten mouth though. TMZ said Fabulous drops $40K to fix rotten mouth. I mean, maybe it was bad. We don't know how bad his teeth were in the back and stuff.
Yeah, that's true.
So you never know what type of work they had to do to get, because I think they still have to be able to get the gums in a good condition to be able to handle the trauma that it's going to have from putting the implants in.
Yeah, that's true. Nas fixed his chipped tooth too.
Mm-hmm.
I like
Nas
Nas
with
with the chipped tooth.
Handsome though.
You want Nas with the chipped tooth? Nas without it? Just Nas. What if me and him ended up dating? Wouldn't that be wild? He stay here too.
Yeah, it sounds like it would be unbelievable.
You really negative. I slid his DMs one time. Did he respond? I don't think he did.
If you're on this podcast right now with me, he
that
didn't
don't
respond.
mean that.
Because you always said that you were human cocaine. You wouldn't have let that go.
That day I was watered down, head cutting it. It was stomped on. You know, they say when the fruit ain't stomped on, it was stepped on. Oh, that's the pure cocaine that ain't stepped on, huh? I've been getting my drugs mixed up. It tells I don't really use them.
So what's next? What's next?
I don't like how you directing this convo today. But we got another classic.
You're not used to having to lead through this much stuff. So I was like, let me bring her back in.
Y'all, he's burning me out while I'm trying to eat. Like, I almost cussed again. Burning me out while I'm trying to eat. Like, I'm trying to eat this piece. I'm looking at like, it's getting colder and colder by the minute. My apple juice is warming up. Yes, I'm drinking apple juice and that because I'm trying to lose weight. But I also didn't want to drink water with pizza. Apple juice is sugary. Yes, I know all of that. Anyway. Okay, so I got a couple of mad assholes. I have not read any of these, my good friend. I just posted them because I thought the titles were interesting. So here's one. Am I an asshole for mansplaining how to split rent to my wife? I know I'm right, but I need someone to tell me that I'm right because it's really hard for me to believe that anyone will have a problem with this. My wife and I have no kids and both work. I make about twice what she does now, but previously she was being paid less, so I was making more than twice her. We keep our finances separate because it's just us two. Our household expenses are low, and I earn my wife significantly. I told her she can pick up the tab on eating out and stuff here and there, and I'll cover all the rent, household expenses. Hence, we never really needed to exchange money. However, since my wife got a raise, we've decided to move to a little fancier, more expensive place. And I asked her if she would be willing to split the rent and household expenses 2-1 with me. She said, sure. We signed a 12-month lease, and I told her I'll pay rent for 2 months, and she'll pay every third month, and that'll be a 2-1 split. Where are you at? But anyway, that's where the trouble began. She wants to transfer a third rent every month to me, a third of the rent every month to me. I don't have a problem with this in principle, but I want to know why she wanted to do a transfer every month when, a quarter transfer rent every month to me. So she wants to like break out the rent down. But I wanted to know why she wanted to do a transfer every month when it was simpler for her to just pay every 3 months. That's 4 payments instead of 12. Mm-hmm. She told me, and I'm still in disbelief, that she'd pay more that way because she'd be paying the full rent. I told her no, because she's paying it every 3 months. Like every quarter, you pay it.
She simply did not believe me. She is dumb.
Go ahead. Ciao. Okay, she is the way
dumb. That she's trying to rationalize, right? I'm this like, make sense,
the girl. Math is not mathing with her.
This ain't even mansplaining. This is like arithmetic.
Right, basic arithmetic at that. This ain't even no complex shit. Like this ain't even like calculus. Okay, I asked her if her account would overdraft or some other balance issue would make her pay fees. She said no. So I grabbed Monopoly money and said, our rent is $3. I will pay $2 every month from my stack, and you pay $1. Then I will pay for 2 months total, and you will pay for 1 month. We'll count how much we each pay in the end. She finally understood. And then she got mad at me for mansplaining basic math to her with Monopoly money. I nearly choked and told her explaining third grade math to an adult is not mansplaining. It's a failure of our education system. And she's still mad at me. Am I an asshole? Absolutely not. And it is a failure of our system because, girl, what? I'm not even good at math.
Like, and I would have loved this deal.
Hello? That's what I said. Where he at?
Where is I'm sitting here like the whole time I'm trying to figure out how she... The only thing that would have made sense with this is if she was thinking... I'm going to transfer a third of the rent into an account so that I'm putting aside that small amount that I would be paying each time. And then ultimately when it's my time to pay, all that money would be aside. So just in case she didn't feel comfortable paying all from like one check or whatever.
Right. That's what, I don't pay all my rent from one check.
I'm sitting here like, girl, he literally told you, I'm going to do 2 months. You're going to do 1. And you like, oh, I'm going to give you a third of the... Why?
Yeah, like why is that make? Then she gonna get mad. My thing is, girl, what? Like, I also feel like he probably married her because he knows he has power. I feel like he probably feels good. Like,
I wouldn't feel good at all knowing that I married this dumbass. Like, no, this is basic math. I'm really upset about this.
Right.
Like that was in the fact that he had to do Monopoly money and literally say this is for 2 months and then you pay this. Like no, I don't even look at him thinking that he like, oh, this is power. No, this is embarrassment. In my mind, I'm thinking like this is basic math. What other crazy stuff can we expect to be said here?
Right. I'm like, child, but I'm thinking in my mind for the rent office. Somebody mentioned that too. For the rent office, it's better to just pay it from one bank account. Like, just let me.
Yeah, that's what we do. Like, even if you keep your finances separate, your general finances separate, you can create a one joint account if you need to. Make it so that you can transfer those funds in there and then pay from that one account. That's what we do because I mean it's easier that way.
Child,
but
we both devoted. He not the asshole. Okay, good for that. All right, we got another one. We ain't done yet. Hold up. The wife who said "F them future kids." I think we did something similar to this one, but I'm not sure. This was posted.
Oh yeah, this is a new one though. It's only 2 days ago. So
yeah, am I an asshole for not letting my wife pay off her student loan debt with the $20,000 I have saved in a bank account for our future kids? Throw away because I think she knows my Reddit. But anyways, had some money saved before I even met her. I think it was around $3,000 at that time. I'll get to the reason why I was saving later. Had originally planned to tell her when we started dating because I was head over heels. But my dad told me otherwise. Said it was a bad idea to reveal a large amount of money in a barely formed relationship.
I agree.
So I listened and kept my mouth shut. Absolutely. So here we are, 8 years later, married, no kids, live in a decent sized apartment. I decided it was time to let her know. Not out of the blue, but it had been on my mind lately. She was ecstatic. She said how much of a genius I was and that this money would help her pay off her student loan debt and we could vacation.
Wait a minute.
Job. I gave her a look and said I didn't plan to have the money used yet. We weren't struggling by any means, and I'd rather not be the sole breadwinner. Like, whoa. She got pissy. He literally said she got pissy. She got pissy and asked, why I would tell her this if I wasn't planning to use it. I told her because she's my wife, and after 8 years, I'd hoped she wouldn't act like that. I wanted to use the money for our kids' education and life because I struggled growing up, and I wanted to ensure it wasn't like that for them, like a boost in life. She got even more livid and said she didn't even want.
Oh my God!
If all that money was going to them. I want to repeat that part. She got even more livid and said she didn't even want kids if all that money was going to them. I said, fine. Then I donated instead. She got so angry, she slammed the bedroom door in my face, screaming on the other side. I screamed back, not understanding why she was being this way. She said that I could pay her student loans, but instead I was being selfish for the kids we don't have. This is exactly what I was afraid would happen. Am I the asshole? Edit.
No.
It's not that she thought we could do all the things she mentioned. She was just suggesting stuff. I may have just worded it badly.
No,
hey,
girl.
Not her saying I wouldn't have even had kids if the money is for them. Girl, what?
Don't she taking fuck them kids to a whole new level. I'm gonna say this, and I don't want to curse their marriage, but they ain't gonna make it.
Wow.
Like, really I just don't see it happening because I'm thinking like, there's so many people who would have been happy to hear that someone had already started doing something like that for their kid. Now, granted, had she approached this a little bit differently, she probably could have convinced him to use some of that money to help with other things. But the fact that she just pounced on this money thinking it was automatically something that she had full access to and she can take care of the stuff that she wanted to take care of was a lot. Even for me, and I'm not even in that marriage.
Right. Now, here's what you do. You go to the store. You buy some really nice makeup, buy a nice outfit, get your feet done, your nails done.
She about to scam, y'all.
Now, at this point, y'all, the men have stopped.
She's scamming. You can hear it. The scam is building.
I'm like, you get the dress, you get the shoes. At this point, the men have stopped listening. You rob him, sis. You take his debit card, you wipe that shit out, and you disappear, pay your loans off. You sign a divorce anonymously from Hawaii. And then y'all could talk it out. Y'all could save your money for your kids. And that's how it's going to be.
Yeah, so I need for y'all not to be listening to Joanne the Scammer because that's how you end up getting caught up in those PPP loans scam for all situations. Why they ask me that
when I filed my taxes? And they're going to ask me it again twice. They're going to say, did you receive a PPP loan? I'm all like, no. They're like, no. Did you receive a PPP? Then I say no. Do I look like I received a PPP loan? Coming here with this work badge on? Like, do I look like I received a PPP loan?
She does, y'all. She got fresh weave.
Don't listen to me. It is nice. I have to watch some decent bundles. You know, the more you make, the more you spend. That shit better quality now. Okay? All right. That was funny. So we both agree neither one of them were the asshole. Mm-hmm. All right. While we on the topic of marriage, dating, and all that. Child.
Story time.
Story time. Y'all, I done came across a hobosexual. Y'all know the men that are homeless and trying to live with shit.
I'm making it sound like the someday you can adopt a homo.
You can help this hobosexual from the Bronx. They should show pictures of like rats like rummaging with those slices of pizza
and they stop and looking slowly into the camera.
Yeah, with his head down in the Bronx, some dirty white horses.
Look at Ratatouille over here.
Anyway, right, like you too can help a Bronx man find a home. Call now, and if you order now, you can get an adoptive paper and proof of what they say, proof of authenticity.
Yes, you'll get your very own picture of the child that you have sponsored.
Okay,
because they would not be considered a child had they been able to afford their own home.
Hello,
and not try to lay on your couch.
So y'all know I'm recently single again. I'm back. I'm done dating for now. Like now, I'm just gonna focus on my health and not that it's in bad health, but I'm trying to prevent it from being bad health. So I'm gonna focus on like weight loss and that kind of stuff. But old boy texted me. He tried to slide up. Yo, he's super New York. Yo, I like it. I'm like, oh, he's New York. He aggressive. Oh, he from the Bronx. I'm living dangerously. Okay, I'm out here I'm feeling dangerous. I'm all like, ooh. You know, I felt like say it again, Mufasa. Ooh. I felt like that from the Lion King, right? Yeah. So he calls me Friday night. He like, yo, I'm about to pull up on you. I'm like, bet. He had like, oh, real quick, because I'm out. He gonna meet me and my homegirl out. He had like, can I stay the night at your house? I'm sorry, excuse me, sir. What? You said you wanted to what? He says, yeah, I got work tomorrow. Can I stay at your house? Yeah, no, you can't. You can't stay here. You're a stranger. So he proceeds to tell me, fuck me, I'm fat and stuck up anyway. Which I replied, yes to both of those things. But I also have somewhere to stay with my fat stuck up ass, okay?
Okay.
Lays head on pillow, comfortably in my own space. Because I ain't asking a stranger to stay the night at her house or his house. You are. Also, that was the last time somebody gonna call my little chunky ass fat. You hear me? Bet it's gonna be the last time somebody called me fat. Cause that's the only thing you can say. Because I ain't ugly and I damn sure ain't broke. Cause who you talking to, homebo?
Because
Who
them
you
PPP
talking to?
loans.
Who you talking to? A rolling hobo, a bum, a working bum at that, a working bum. He gonna ask me could he spend the night at my house when he spend the night back. Then he gonna try to hit me with this after I had agreed to what he said because he thought he was doing something, y'all. Because first of all, I hurt my feelings. You gonna have to tell me some shit that I don't know about myself. And baby, none of what you said worked. He goes, well, I wasn't trying to have sex with you. I just wanted to cuddle and rub on you. Oh, you thought you was gonna say like ass in my bed. Oh, you got me. Sir. I think we already established that the craziest people in the world come from the Bronx, and it ain't no lie. So that's
my dad's side of the family, born and raised. So
I talked to JB one day, y'all, on the side by one of his uncles. He's like, yeah, he over in Rikers now. Y'all, we had just talked about the uncle like a week before. He said he over in Rikers. What happened? I said, what happened in this short window? Oh boy, that went over to Rikers. Like, what happened?
He's in Myrtle Beach now.
Child, this man is a globe trotter. Mm-hmm. Well, no, not really a globe trotter, a state trotter. But have you ever had that happen where somebody asked you something real crazy and they just not? I just thought that was so utterly wild to me. Like, sir, it's about to be summertime. You think I'm going to shack up with a strap? You might be a serial killer. Hell, I might be a serial killer. You don't know what type of time I'm on. I mean, I'm not a serial killer, but he don't know that.
Some people just stay comfortable. I don't see it happening for me.
Yeah, have some pride. What they be saying? What that one group say? Stand up. Same applies for the men.
Dun, dun, dun. Oh, I thought we were doing the Ludacris song.
No, I was talking about not that one. I'm talking about the viral video of that girl telling women to stand up. She goes, "Stand up."
Well, you said it like Ludacris, so I was ready.
Whenever I need him to be black, he ain't black. Unsolicited, black and wrong. Loud, black, and wrong. I can't believe this. You gonna go boom, doom, doom, doom. I was like, what is this beat?
Doom, 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 doom. And you're supposed to stand up.
And then the beat wasn't even right. There was an extra key there. Doom, 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 doom.
No, I did it right. You were in, I don't know what you're doing.
You're really negative, as usual.
She dancing like she had a cookout.
I am. I'm the auntie now. But yeah, so that happened. Yeah. So, yeah. All right, I got one more thing for Rude Talk.
All right.
I got an ex who wants to run tape. Now, you tell me what you would do. Or if it's a rabbit. All right. You meet a person that you're interested in. You want to date them. The ex calls wants to fill you in on their experience with that person. Are you taking the call or not? And the question was on my married name is Bay page. You picking up?
I meet a man I'm interested in and we want to date, but then his ex just calls me out of the blue wanting to feel okay. So
how you find him? I got mad questions
because I'm about to say that's where I'm starting. I'm not starting with tell me about this. First of all, how you get my number? Second of all, why you feel this comfortable to reach out with me about this anyway? Like there's some people I was reading in the comments. There's some people saying that they would take the call because they will be able to find out more about how this guy and that ex were. But that's all going to be based off of the type of what she's trying to tell you or what he's trying to tell you.
Right.
And if anything that they're saying is the truth anyway, because there's some people out there that are trying to make sure that people that they were once with, that they ruined things with, remain unhappy. Mm-hmm. Because if you can't be with them, you don't need to be with anybody else. I'm thinking about how vindictive of a person you got to be to decide you want to call up somebody that you don't even know if we get dating like that or not. Mm-hmm. You just under the impression that he's moving on to somebody else, and you feel like you need to come do a whole news segment on how things were when y'all were dating. Mm-hmm. I just no, because most likely I wouldn't answer the call anyway because it's not programmed on my phone, and it's going to have to go to voicemail. Mm-hmm. And if I found out that you were just an ex who was calling to tell me how things were when you were dating them, no, we ain't got shit to talk about. Get off my phone. I'm just saying.
We got nothing to talk about.
So what about you? Would you take the call?
No, you know me. I'd answer the phone. Detective, how'd you get my number? Like, what's up? Then I might ask some questions because you know me. I've been from her. Well, did he abuse you mentally or physically? Well, no. Okay.
I mean, but what if she say but she actually like Amber Heard and lying?
She could be lying.
Mm-hmm. I'm just thinking about what is your motive?
Yeah.
To reach out like that. Like, it just seems so weird. Like,
Right.
Barbara, I'm not your Shirley. Get off my
Are
phone.
you a private investigator? I got so many questions.
Yeah, something
Oh my
just
god,
like.
I got another one. This one is just like pop up. You're going through you're going through your boyfriend or girlfriend's DMs, boyfriend or girlfriend, either or DMs, and they'll catch you cheating, but all they find are people rejecting you.
Wait, I read that and I was like, hold on. I read that the wrong way. Not him rejecting them, but the girls rejecting him.
The girls are all rejecting them. So y'all, here's the question. And this is from the situationship, both of these things. The previous question and this question. If your partner was trying to step out on you, would you be more bothered that they were successful or more bothered that nobody would even want to give them the time of day? Because that's funny.
No, because whether or not somebody was given a time of day probably wouldn't bother me, because what I like, I don't want nobody else wanting it anyway. You might hate what I got over here. Period.
Right. And you know I joke a lot, so you know I be the tossing the foot. I told you nobody wants your head. I wouldn't even. I just had
this raggedy ass. Ain't nobody want you.
This phone. I told
you. Get your ass in there and get me some Kool-Aid.
And next are bad ugly.
Okay. Oh, you not? Well, let's go into your DMs and show you every time that them girls said you were.
I'm making this a post for this evening. I think that's very funny for our audience. I'm done. I said, oh, not the girls reject. Imagine going through. No, I ain't gonna hold you. Everybody wants somebody that people desire, right? To an extent. It may not always be the case. But I said to an extent, it may not always be the case for everybody. But there's a good bit of people where don't nobody want nobody that don't nobody want. That's an old school say. That's a mouthful, but if you black, I know you got it.
Mm-hmm. I don't care about that.
I start questioning like,
I don't want nobody want mine. No.
I'm like, look at nobody wanting you, including me. You're done. Silver, pack your things. Scram. Beat it. If you come down, I'm gonna kill you. Just start going off. That's actually really
She said scram, y'all. Mm-hmm.
Scram.
Well, I guess that's the end of Rude Talk. We can go ahead into Living While Black.
Because we've been black most of our lives.
So I actually have two things. The first one, okay, so in California, there was a black couple that recently won a lawsuit after police allegedly profiled them in their own store. They were racially profiled inside of a store that they owned. Says a California city has agreed to pay $150,000 to Yima Khalif and Howie Awash, a black couple who said that they were racially profiled when police asked them to prove they owned their clothing boutique. The couple, who filed a lawsuit last year, said they were working late at the store when a police officer entered the building in August and asked them to identify themselves. Khalif and Awash argued with the...
Wait, what did he say? Who goes there?
Right. So they argue with the officer, saying they didn't have to prove that they have the right to be in their own downtown boutique.
Okay, and do.
Like, they were like, look, the officer should have not introduced himself, explained he was patrolling the main street, but instead he walked in like, who are you? And prove yourself. So they also apparently had filed a $2 million suit for alleged emotional distress and potential loss of revenue, as well as punitive damages, because, it was actually them. The same people. Anyway, because of the press and all of the police, this happened during a time where things are split. Either you support the police or you don't.
Right.
And because of stuff like that, you're likely to get threats and shit like that. But apparently they also received threats in 2020 when they were waiting on the results of the presidential race, where they had people coming to them basically saying that people were already planning on destroying the store. Apparently, this store is the only black-owned store. Was the only black-owned store in 2020 when the election was taking place. So people were making posts saying, "If Biden wins, me and my boys are going to go raid Yema," which was the name of the store, and wrote the specific time that everyone was expected to show up at this store and destroy it.
Oh my goodness!
But yeah, I saw that. So, and while the story is terrible, I am at least happy that, the city has agreed to pay them something.
Mm-hmm, they should,
because they deserved it. because this is just like, why would you as an officer walk in and assume the people who are inside of here are not owners? Like, he could have even casually just like she said, hey, you walk in like, hey, I'm officer whoever, I'm just patrolling the area, making sure everything's okay, something like that.
Right.
No, you walked in like, let me step inside your establishment and have you prove to me that you belong here.
Right. The caucasity.
Right. So thought that was a mess. And then I happened to be on LinkedIn recently. This was posted maybe 5 days ago. The CEO of PF Chang's is a 33-year-old black man.
Oh, I'm about to start eating that PF Chang's again. We got to support our boy.
So I do not know how to pronounce his last name, so I'm not. Well, honestly, I'm probably not going to be.
This is a random fun fact.
Yeah. So his name is Damola Adamolekun. I'm not sure, but he's 33 years old. They say that he's been essential in the evolution of PF Chang's. So I'm guessing, I haven't been to PF Chang's in a while because it was just very basic to me. It was like overpriced Chinese food. I can get some from a place that doesn't have AC and it'd be amazing.
That little ass ponytail in the back.
But apparently, once he assumed the role of CEO, he went in and started revamping the dining rooms. He revamped the menu items. They said that he also initiated inclusion of delivery and to-go orders, which was viewed as unfitting for the brand before. Like, it was like, oh, you want to pick up our food? We don't do that here.
Not PF.
But he's like, to me, it's like, be smart, make money.
Right, don't be dumb.
With COVID, it made it even make more sense. Do you want to survive the pandemic? If you do, you need to offer to-go options for people because there were so many people who were not comfortable. But it says, true enough, the business survived even when the pandemic hit. And what's more, he led the company to a 31.7 increase in sales. Right. So I saw that. I thought that was pretty dope. That one, it's a black man. Two, he is a 33-year-old black man. Like, I thought that was really dope. So shout out to Damola. I really hate that I'm probably pronouncing his name incorrectly, but really, really dope to hear and to see.
I'm happy to hear it too.
Well, that's all I have for Living Wild Black. So I know I usually ask you if you have anything you want to leave our listeners with.
I do. I want to tell this for the ones for ladies. Ladies, only work with women on your level or above. The same way that you vet men, you got to vet these women. Our problems arise when you're not aligned with women in your circle. And it's from La Dame Bourgeois.
Well, I have something as well, and it's more like story time. It's gone viral. It's been all over the internet, but it would not be me if I did not find a way to insert it into this episode. There is a post in a section on Reddit called True Off My Chest. This guy wrote in a post about what is currently happening or what he recently found out in his home with his wife. He said, my wife poops in the shower and stomps it down the drain. Not a joke. She recently told me this and I've been living with it for weeks. She even broke the news to me while laughing about it. You know what a waffle stop is? She asked, and she laughed and laughed so hard she started crying. I feel disgusted and betrayed. I can't even look at her over breakfast anymore because I head off to work, and while I'm at work, all I can do is wonder to myself, is she doing it right now? Apparently this has been going on for years. Says she uses all of the scented candles she obsessively buys online to mask the smell. I work 12 to 15 hour days, so plenty of time to cover her shit stink. A few times we've had to snake the drain due to a clog. Now I know why. I'm not sure I can live with this anymore. Would you end your marriage because she is shitting in your...
Yes, I would. I'd take her to Judge Judy, Mathis, and even Steve Harvey.
How are you shitting in there and then stomping it down?
It's the stomping it out. It's like...
I feel so sick now. This is my fault. I should not have done that, but I did it. And because I had to read it, I made sure that somebody else had to read it too.
I don't got a weak stomach though, so.
So I'm gonna end. Well, I was gonna end it with that. Since I usually do end things with something funny, I'll end it with this. If I press 1 for English, why the fuck is Jocelyn Hernandez on the phone? And with that, we will go ahead and end this episode of The Rude Urban Truth. We'll talk to you about his next week.
Bye.